let me speed away. Love's just a kid, I heard him say. When you get older, your wild heart will leave the
Yeah.
younger
So as
days.
I was trying to say, this place used to be the very central storehouse of where they got the stones they used in the initial construction of the city. It was abandoned 10 years ago. But the point I was trying to make is that actually all the criticism you have about Nigeria is likely very true. But one thing is Nigeria is fine. In the last 5 years, I've actually traveled maybe 21 states in Nigeria, and I can tell you, Nigeria has beautiful landforms. Whatever you say is true, but in terms of landforms, it's actually really, really cool. And this is one cool place like you can actually come. ABJ has a lot of places, a lot of beautiful places, but I've heard a lot, I've seen a lot of pictures of Pape Cross Rock, and I decided to come and check it out myself. Some other interesting places you can decide to check out, for example, in the north. Okay, I'll just go a rundown of some of the places I've been.
All right, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel again. Those footages were actually taken at Mpape Cross Rock in Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria. And over the past year, I've discovered a new hobby slash passion slash pastime, which is actually like adventures, hiking, sightseeing, exploring nature, and it's been really, really fun. And well, on one side, and this is very important, Nigeria is one of the unsafest places in the world currently. Before the onset of the Russia-Ukraine and Third World War thing, before that, Nigeria was actually the third unsafest place on earth in terms of insecurity and banditry and things like that. But whatever, and as I was saying earlier, whatever you say about Nigeria, you need to be aware that it's actually very beautiful. And it beats going out sightseeing, beats it flaws it, like it's outclasses sitting at home and pressing your phone and watching the internet and stuff. Like, there's no comparison when you are seeing things in 80 megapixels with your eyes, like in 3D, breathing that fresh air from one mountain top, or like with your leg in one cold pool somewhere. Like, there is absolutely no substitute to going out or staying. And of course, we are different. There's some of us prefer to just stay in a reclusive way, and then some of us prefer the outdoor life. But I'm just telling you that there is that option. I used to think I was a conservative, stay at home, just low key kind of person. Then I tried one, and then I tried another one, and then it's now like I'm hooked. And in this video, I actually want to share with you some very cool places you can go to in Nigeria that are relatively safe, and then some relatively safe becomes something like, becomes a dicey word to use now. But I'm going to tell you some of the places I've been to and how fun it was, and then I'll show you a few pictures too. And also, I want to tell you some of the considerations you should have when you are going to these kind of places. I think I should start with the precautions and the consideration first. One, safety. Don't go to any place. Like, don't go to any place if you have any iota of doubt when it comes to your security. Safety first. See, safety first. And then talking more on safety, if you have any medical condition, any allergies, any things like that, make sure you take your drugs along with you. You don't, trust me, you don't want to be having an asthma attack somewhere in one faraway place where the nearest hospital is actually miles away. So take along with you all you need to care for yourself. And I should also say you should just take along with you some drugs that, like, take some anti-diarrhea drugs along with you, maybe flagyl, put it in your purse somewhere in case, or maybe some pain meds in case you have a headache or something like that, so you don't just like suffer through your experience. So, and then some other precautions it's always better to go in group when you're going for hikes and expeditions and things like that. There is security in number, and besides security, it's actually fun when you have somebody that would snap you when you are posing on the other side. You understand? It's more difficult you can't take some beautiful pictures with selfies. It's better it's from a range, and you can only do that when you have a group of people. And besides that, it's fun to be able to share the experience, to experience things together. It's way fun. I've had expeditions where I went alone. Like, I remember when I went to Dadinkoa in a local government in Gombe State, where there is a beautiful big dam that, like, it's very low key, but it's very beautiful and very beautiful and very fine. And I went alone. In fact, I even did a little bit of hike around, and then just talking to the locals and stuff like that. It was fun. But I'm telling you, compared to another experience I had in Gombe State where I went with a group of people, it was there's no way like it's always better in group. Like joy is shared in group, sorrow better shared. Everything is actually better in group. So that's something also to consider. Then if it's good to plan, and I don't believe in the over planning thing, but it's good to have a rough sketch of what where you are going to. If you can have information, background information of where you are going to, like where how costs involved, accommodation arrangement and things like that, it's way better so that you know where you are going and then you know what you expect when you get there in terms of cost and things like that. And the reason why is because tourism is underexplored in Nigeria. There are very beautiful places I've been to. Like I went to Gubi Lake in Bauchi State. So beautiful, landforms, awesome water, everything set, but there is no provision per se for tourism. Like there's nowhere you can sit and relax and say, okay, we're going to get drinks and stuff like that. It was just an isolated kind of place. Isolated in the sense that it was just left, just nature beautifully wasting, like in isolation sort of. So things like that. And so it's good to have background information of where you're going to, so you can make arrangements. Am I going to stay half of the day, 3 hours, 5 hours, or am I going to stay over the night and things like that? It's good to have those kind of preparation when you are going for your expedition. Also, it is good to be relatively fit. I used to say if you can't do straight up 10 sit-ups, or like if you're a guy and you can't do like 20 push-ups, or you're a lady and you can't do like 10 sit-ups straight, then I don't think you are fit enough to actually like go outdoor hiking. Try to be fit. I'm not saying you should, there's no weight recommendation for hiking, there's no weight recommendation, but it's good that you are fit, you're able to probably climb something, jump over something, so you don't just go and then not reach the finest places. They said the best view come from the highest peaks, and it takes a lot of energy to go to some of those peaks. I remember when I went to a hike at Nasarawa Hills in Gombe State, in the capital. The view from up there was wonderful. I didn't know the city had so much plant, so much beauty, until I went there. And I'm telling you, it took about 30 minutes to climb up the peak, but when we went there, it was amazing seeing the city from that height. So it's good to be relatively fit, like relatively fit, that you can actually get fit in a week or two just by a little bit of exercise, skipping, walk and things like that, so you can really enjoy yourself when you go out there. All right, so I made a list, and so a list of some of the nicest places I've seen in Abuja. So first off, the clip we saw earlier, that was like the latest place I went, and it's Mbappe Crushed Rock in Abuja. Abuja has very beautiful sights to see, by the way, like for starters, like there are a lot of places. But I got interested in Mbappe Crushed Rock because during the lockdown, it started trending. The place used to be a quarry site where a lot of limestone that was used in construction of the city was like gotten from, but it was abandoned, and then a lake naturally formed there. So it's kind of beautiful. Mbappe Crushed Rock, it's something you go in a day, maybe spend 2-3 hours, a little bit of a picnic with some friends, take pictures, and then you can leave. Like there's nothing so special about it, but it's beautiful. Like you can actually see. So other places in Nigeria to go, and I'll start with where I've been and then where I'm going to. So Bauchi State. Bauchi State is considered like the home of tourism. All right, so it's very beautiful, especially the Yankari Game Reserves. It's awesome, like animals in the wild, a reserve, a resort sort of. Like if you have vacation that you want to spend in, and then you just want to be low key, you're an artist, you are writing your PhD, your thesis, or you have a major project that requires silence, calm, serenity, I recommend Yankari Game Reserves. The accommodations are affordable, the stay is wonderful, like it's wonderful, like you will be at one with nature. It's so beautiful. The Wiki Warm Spring, that's probably the best experience I've had in terms of like expeditions in my life, and I'm telling you, like I'm really blushing saying this, but it's awesome. So Yankari Game Reserves in Bauchi State. If you just want to see, like if you're around the north and you want to just see, then you can also check out Gubi Lake in Bauchi State. There's another park too. There are many things actually to see in Bauchi, but these are the ones I've experienced myself. Okay, so next, so Erin Jesha waterfall is one of like it's a priced like place to go to. It's in Osun State in southwest Nigeria. It's beautiful. It's It's refreshing. Waterfall there, and then the whole environment is so natural. There's a resort there too, so you can actually stay over the night, stay a few days or something. It's another beautiful place where you can actually do your PhD thesis. You're an artist, you need inspiration, you need rejuvenation, you want to take a vacation with your friends or your loved ones, or the special one, Erinjesha Waterfalls. Perfect. And if you are already going to Erinjesha Waterfalls, I think you should just check out Ikogosi Warm Spring and Cold Spring in Ekiti State. Yes, I first heard of Ikogosi when I was in like primary school. I was watching TV and there was this documentary about where a warm spring meets a cold spring, and I couldn't believe it. How would there be a warm spring and then be a cold spring and then they will meet and not mix? And it's true. And the concept is actually physical. There's nothing so spiritual about it. Although there are myths and folklore about how one is warm and one is cold, but the stream is actually from two sources. One is from the highland and the other one is from actually lowland. The highland, of course, when water drops, potential energy is converted to heat, and then that water is actually warm when it comes down the rock, and then it's gently meets with the cold spring, which actually just flows on sea level. So it's actually sort of, it meets, but so you can actually touch the warm side of the spring and then the cold side of the spring, and then it's amazing. And then the place is also serene. The vegetation there is really nice and all this kind of thing. So yeah, Ikogosi Warm Spring and Cold Spring in Ekiti State. Still down there in the south. If you're in Kwara State, you can check out. Okay, first off, there's the Asa Dam. There's a river, and then there's a dam. And it's actually, well, dams are fascinating because when you stand on the dam and you see the roar of the water coming down, it's amazing. I schooled in Kwara State, and one of the part of my program in school was to actually visit the dam, and it was amazing. There's also another dam in Kwara State, which is the Unilorin Dam. Unilorin Dam is a controlled environment. You can actually kayak, you can sail on the dam. It's beautiful. It's somewhere to just go and then maybe have a day or two if you like, and it's beautiful. Nice pictures to be taken there. Also in Kwara State, the highest waterfall in Africa is actually in Kwara State. It's called Owu Falls. Owu Falls is located in a local government. I can't remember the name, but it's really amazing. 120 meters of water drop and then 300 meters of splash. Like, it's amazing. If a very good friend of mine and videographer, cinematographer, Kelvin of Non-Gov Media, did a very beautiful documentary on Owu Falls. I'll drop the link in the description box here so you can actually check it if you want to take a look there. But Kelvin is also an explorer. And talking of Kelvin, Kelvin also did a documentary about the River Benue, and that's, if you are in the Middle Belt, you can check out River Benue. There's a bridge. There are two bridges actually. So there is what we call the old bridge and the new bridge. I'm from Benue State. I grew in Benue State, so I grew by the river bank. They're seeing it all the time. So familiarity sort of drops your value of what you see. But seeing the area view of the Benue, of the River Benue, was amazing, and especially when it's during the rains and you see the full force of the water crossing that bridge is actually an amazing experience. And not just that, by the time you see the cornrows, the plantation by the river bank is actually beautiful, where to take very amazing shots. It's something you can just pass through, sort of, maybe if you're traveling or something like that. So Benue State, Benue is hot and humid in the wet season, and then it's kind of really dry and cold too in the dry season. So you just have that at the back of your mind. And of course, so those are cool places to actually check out. Of course, there's no way we can talk about sightseeing in Nigeria and not talk about Lagos. Badagry, the beach, amazing. So as part of my final year excursions, we went to Badagry and we took amazing pictures there. It was the first time that was 3 years ago or so. So it was the first time I was at the beach. It was amazing. The row of palm trees around the coastline, the white sand, the sound of the waves, size of the ocean is amazing. And then it's somewhere you can actually go and get refreshed and all. And then of course the arrangement for food and things like that around there. So beautiful 5-star Badagry beach. And what else again? There are really cool places also around Lagos too to see, but I'll let you explore that yourself. I haven't traveled 21 states in Nigeria. I can tell you Nigeria is actually beautiful. Personally, I love traveling, so the experience itself is actually refreshing for me. And just seeing traffic blow by. It's really amazing for me. And so yeah, so now these are the places I'd like to visit in the nearest future. I want to check out Sherry Hills in Jos, Plateau State. I heard it's an amazing place. Like, of course, Jos, or let me say, Plateau State has the finest weather in Nigeria. It's cold enough when it's really cold when it's cold, and then when it's hot around the country, that place is still like relatively cool. So it's amazing. I've seen pictures of the Sherry Hills, and that's somewhere like that is on my bucket list, like in the near future. Mambila Plateau, Taraba State. The pictures from there are just amazing. I heard is in Gembu, somewhere called Gembu local government, so that is about 6 hours from Jalingo, meaning it's actually a far journey start already. But that's somewhere I hope to check out very soon. Another place I'd like to see is I've really never been to Olumo Rock in the southwest, so and I've read about it in textbooks, blah blah blah. But I really want to go there myself and then touch and then climb and just really see how things are there. To really go to the Obodo Cattle Ranch, the Tinapa in Cross River State. I really just want to go and see. I'm a very big fan of adventure games like the Ultimate Search, and there was a particular version that was hosted in Obodo Cattle Ranch, and then aside from that experience still linger around my mind when I think about exotic places to go to. So now that's a rough list of places you can actually visit in Nigeria. For those of you who are interested in joining me in my adventure, and I know my YouTube community is quite small, but for those of you that are interested, that have flexible schedules, that are interested in joining me in my adventures, you can send me a message. I'll drop my email down here, so you can actually like send me a message, and then we can make an arrangement to go. Usually, when I want to go on this kind of adventures, I prefer a team of 5 to 7 people, someone who have to be a photographer or at least have a very good camera that we can use so that we can keep our experiences. Be fit, like be relatively fit. It's better when you're healthy, but there's a way we can manage your health along the line too. And then be sociable. Don't just come and then keep pressing your phone, because we really want to have fun and experience the beauty of nature. So come with that kind of mindset. Have some money on you too, and then what else? Come to mix, come to mingle. Kelvin is a very good friend, and we've been planning sort of a tour around Nigeria low key for a while now. So if you're interested, my email address, message me, and then we can communicate and find a very interesting way where we can explore. So until I see you next time, which is likely going to be in the Mambila Plateau or in the Sherry Hills. Cheers, guys, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share with other gypsy spirits, or other people with gypsy spirits, other people with adventure kind of.
Forever young. I wanna be forever young. High and risky, but so cool. It looks so good. It's like overseas from coast to coast. Swanga bomwana, kumama, kumama, eh. Yeah, Yahweh, kumama, Yahweh. Kisi asoni, kumama, kumama, eh. Yeah, Yahweh, kumama,